Hello everyone, Christina La Crafty here to share with you my latest make. So I haven't been crafting very much lately because things have been hectic with work. However, I did find a little time to get this card done. It's for our neighbor and best friend Steve. His birthday is this week. And I was able to get a card made for him, and I used my Cricut to cut out this part here in the middle. And then I had some paper that actually kind of goes really well with the Cricut cartridge that the digital cartridge that I own. And it has like these like retro papers. And then these are just papers that are in my cardstock. I try to find some matching cardstock to go with it. So I'll go through that in a minute, but I'll pull this up here close so you guys can see what I cut out. And then this is part of the paper, the pattern paper for this Cricut package. But this part here is part of the Cricut cartridge. I cut that out. Then on the inside, I just used some more of the pattern paper and then left a spot there so that we can personalize the card. And then I did my handmade with love stamp on the back. But anyway, I really love the way this came out. I love the retro feel of it. And the gifts that we actually got him for his birthday, last year I made him a Boba Fett card out of one of my Cricut cartridges. But this year it's still Star Wars theme again, because we actually found some really cool like Star Wars themed gifts for him. So I'm getting him the Star Wars Mandalorian version of Uno. I don't know if he plays this game or not, but he really likes the Mandalorian. Like, him and my husband watch like the whole, like, I think first and second season, if I'm not mistaken, together. So we got that for him, or at least I picked that out. I also picked out this Mandalorian little action figure here. And then my husband and I picked out this nice vintage toy. So this is the Star Wars Shadow of the Empire Boba Fett Slave 1. It's really cool. And so this is what we got for him. It's like vintage from the 90s. So we recently picked that up. We were so lucky to find this at a comic book store in Greenville. So anyway, so that's what hit the theme of his birthday is, I guess, this year, because we found some really cool Star Wars gifts. And so therefore I went again and made another Star Wars card this year, but it's different from last year's. But him and my husband are big Star Wars fans, and I think Steve maybe even more so than my husband, because he's actually got his game room decorated with Star Wars and Marvel and stuff like that. So anyway, so I made this card on the Cricut cartridge using pattern Cricut papers and cardstock from my stash. And I'll just go real quick through this paper pad in case anybody's interested. I don't know if Cricut still has this or not. I picked it up on their website on clearance last year, or they had some big sale going on papers. So that's where I picked it up on, but I don't know if they like discontinued it or got rid of it or not. But real quick, this is like some of the patterns in there. It's really nice, like double-sided paper. So these are just the scraps from the cardstock that I use from my stash. And then some of the scraps from the papers that I use. So this is the paper that I use from the front, and the back looks like that. And then this is the paper that I used for the strip on the inside, and that's what the back looks like. And then I guess this was my leftover, so I'll just go through real quick so you guys can see what the papers here look like. I know they might be a little too vintage for some people, but if you're old school Star Wars fan, you kind of get it. And you know, the old Star Wars movies were very much like, you know, vintage theme, but really ahead of their time. And I'm a Star Wars fan myself. I can't say I'm at the level that my husband and his friend Steve are, or my friend Steve too. But like, I'm not like uber geeky about it, but I've always loved Star Wars for many, many years and watched a lot of the movies. But ever since Disney took over it, it's like they come out with so many new things, and some of it just doesn't have the old flair that I like. So I can't say I'm totally caught up with Star Wars right now, because Disney has put out a lot of content about Star Wars recently, and I've got enough stuff to watch. I don't keep up with it the way that I probably would have back in the day. So anyway, so those are the papers in that collection kit. If you guys are interested, you might want to check out Cricut.com, or maybe you can find some elsewhere. But that would be my first place to go, because that's where I got it from. So anyway, I hope you guys are staying safe. I hope you guys are doing great. And until the next post, I remain Christina La Crafty. Bye.